Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Back inside the Varsity Fieldhouse here at Brownsburg High School. Now time for our finale of the day. Second game for those of you watching on MyNDTV. Seventh game of the day if you've been following along all day long on the ISC Sports Network. A pair of 3-0 teams that both won last night, Fishers and Mount Vernon. Tonight's game on ISC and MyNDTV presented in part by Banks & Brower. For every hour, there's Banks & Brower. By the Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know. By Galitco and Daily, go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By 9-Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet. Who knew? By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College, schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Alongside Bill Fenlon, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us. And, Coach, your thoughts about what you're looking forward to seeing about both of these teams in tonight's game?
Well, you've got somebody's going to get their first loss of the year, and somebody's going to get their fourth win. So two really good teams, really good programs coming off of excellent seasons, and both programs have cultures where they have really high expectations and expect to win. So much like our first game, or not our first game, but what was that, the 17th game?
Something like that, yeah.
Year, something of the day. Much like the game we just did, you've got two teams that are going to try to figure a few things out here early in the season, and it should be a great one.
Now, for Mount Vernon, they're playing without their second leading scorer, Elijah Parra. He is out for tonight's game, but they have really not missed a beat. What strikes me about Mount Vernon is how good they have been defensively. In their 3 games, they have played Lebanon of Ohio, held them to 37 points. Played Lebanon of Indiana, held them to 37 points. Played Delta last night, held them to 36 points. Now, Fishers is a whole different dynamic, but clearly Coach Joe Bradburn and Mount Vernon has things locked down defensively to start the year.
Well, Coach Bradburn's been doing it for a while, and his teams have always been known for defending. They've also been known for being pretty deliberate offensively, which puts you in a little bit of a lower scoring situation. So we'll see if their defense can hold down the firepower that Fishers is going to bring to the court tonight.
I like the idea by Fishers. Their shooting shirts, there's a target on their back, and I would agree with that as the team that has made the state finals in each of the last 2 years. They have lost twice in the last 2 seasons, and after a 16-point win against Noblesville, they have now won 62 of their last 64 games. And you and I were having the conversation. I think the margin from them, everybody else, has shrunk just because they've got to work in some new players. It is a big 3. It is a big 2 that are back in terms of the backcourt of Gardner and Zachary. Obviously, Kai McGrew, the import from Lawrence North. Those are the 3 known commodities. Everybody else, they're trying to kind of figure things out. But, Bill, you give me those 3.
That's a pretty good start.
I can figure it out. We'll work around it. What are your thoughts about the big 3?
I think that's a pretty good start. And anytime you have the excellent guard play that Fishers is going to be able to throw at you, you've got a chance to be terrific. And those two guards are really, really good. And you add McGrew to the mix, and then it's the kind of program where you're going to have some guys that are going to show up and you can just kind of piece them in and facilitate those other players, and they're not going to miss a beat.
Jason Gardner Jr. averaging 22.5 points a game going into last night's contest. Cooper Zachary, 16 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, and 4 steals a game. And again, Kai McGrew will handle all the dirty work down low, get a lot of rebounds, but frankly, he can kind of pick and pop as well when needed. Again, those are 3 major Division I talents, 2 of them juniors, 1 of them a senior on this Fishers roster. We'll take our first time out when we come back. Getting the keys to this game for each of these two teams as we are less than 10 minutes away from tip-off. It's Fishers in Mount Vernon. It's yours next on ISC and My Indy TV.
You know, Wabash is a school for people who are serious about reaching their full potential. If you really want to be challenged, you really want to reach your goals, you really want to take the road less traveled, if you're the kind of person that wouldn't have it any other way, we have a culture here where people outwork and outlove every day. And if that's what you're looking for, then we're your place.
Our service area is actually East Central Indiana. They come to us because we have this unique ability to access specialty care. Our partnerships with St. Vincent Health and Heart Hospital. We have Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, the Mayo Clinic Care Network. We access their resources via the broadband network that we have through 9 Star Connect. It's really all about connectivity. We don't have connectivity except for 9 Star Connect.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts,
Hardly
Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Moments away from tip-off here at the Unranked Hoops Sneakers for Santa Shootout here in Brownsburg. It's the 6th year we have been a part of this event on the ISC Sports Network. Thanks Dave Lang, Kyle Duncan, everybody involved for having us out tonight. We don't have the official graphic for keys, but what are some things, Bill, that you are keying on for tonight's contest?
Well, I think for Fishers, it's the guard play, right? How are those guards going to be able to control the pace of the basketball game and really keep the pressure on Mount Vernon all night? And for Mount Vernon, I think it's their defense. Are they going to be able to neutralize the guards of Fishers and also, play even on the backboard, right? Be able to rebound with them. And for me, it's always about possession. Right, go getting it when you don't have it, and taking care of it when you do. And I think the teams that do that the best are the teams that are going to be most successful. So we'll see how each of these teams handle those things tonight.
Their numbers coming into the weekend, because both played last night. Fisher was shooting 49% from the field. The big change, again, it's so early. It was a 2-game sample size. But Fisher's, after shooting well north of 40% from three-point range last year, 4.5 threes a game. They also had a staggering number of assists in a 32-minute setting. They were averaging 21 dimes a game last year. A still really good, but much more of this world number, 13 through 2 games so far this season. As far as Mount Vernon is concerned, 47% from the field. They too, 30% from three-point range. They're still making 7.5 threes a game. Mount Vernon making 80% of their free throws. And frankly, part of that shooting number is the fact in the first 2 games, Luke Ertl was 2 of 15 from three-point range. Believe me, Bill, that pattern will not continue.
That's not the plan for him, that's for sure. It's not the plan for him now or going into the future. So I don't think he or Coach Bradbury are going to worry about that at all. I would imagine you're going to see him tee it up every single time he's open tonight.
Again, Mount Vernon is missing a key piece in Elijah Parra. Parra, one of the key figures a season ago. He'll be back sooner rather than later, but will not be in action tonight. So a key cog is missing for the Marauders. When these two teams played a season ago, it was a 31-point loss for Mount Vernon. And again, folks, that was a team that had the eventual state champs in Jeffersonville on the ropes in the morning game in the semi-state in Newcastle. We'll get a break ahead. We'll take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, starting lineups and opening tip-off from our finale in Brownsburg as you're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
And gets the highlights.
Now he takes the look away and he puts it away.
Starting lineup's about to be introduced here at Brownsburg. And Greg Rakestraw, Bill Fenlon with you. Thanks to our ISC Sports Network crew of Wes Wolf, Kay Johnson, Charlie Hammock, Carlos Alarkin, and Jordan Shue. Just your average day on the ISC Sports Network, 10 basketball games and a Division III playoff game. I know you have enjoyed watching DePaul football all season long from South Florida.
Well, Brett Dietz is a special guy.
Yes, he is.
And has done just a terrific job since taking over the head job at DePaul. Just a good person, an excellent coach, and there's no reason you wouldn't follow that guy's team, and they've been really good every year that he's had them, and he's taken them to the next level by making a little bit of a dent in the playoffs this year, getting to the third round, and I don't think that's something that's going to go away anytime soon. I think he's going to keep the Tigers cranked up. So congratulations to the DePaul Tiger football team and Brett Dietz on another outstanding year.
Players are standing thinking there's going to be an anthem. I don't think that's the case. We had one from earlier in today's games. So it'll be the Mount Vernon Marauders as the visiting team that, again, hear their names announced first. Mount Vernon brings back their top 3 scorers from last year, but graduated in the next 5 guys after that. Owen Doherty, 5'8 junior, 10.5 points. 7 of 11 from three-point range in his first 2 games of the season. Max Weiss in the starting lineup, the 6'8 junior, 7.5 points, 8 rebounds a game, 4 assists, and 3 blocks a game. Jamarie Collins, a 6'2 senior, 5 points, 2.5 rebounds a contest. And again, the Mr. Basketball favorite is Luke Ertl, the Purdue-bound guard, 6'2 junior, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists a game for Mount Vernon. Rounding out the starting 5, Brady Weber, 6'1 senior, 4.5 points, 5.5 rebounds a contest. Now for the Fishers Tigers, Cooper Zachary, 5'9 junior, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals a game. Jason Gardner Jr., 22.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 3.5 steals a game for Jason. Joined by Tristan Breland, a 6'2 freshman, 3.5 points, 2 rebounds a game. The older of the Brelands is Torrey, a 6'1 senior, 1 point and 3 rebounds a game. And Kaya McGrew is the starting center, the transfer from Lawrence North, 16.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3 steals per game. Chris Shields, Jeffrey Cottrell, Lachelle Hatcher, our officiating crew for tonight's game. It'll be Chris Shields that will toss it up to get things started this evening. It's the official check from both Owen Doherty and Cooper Zachary. And these were 2 of the last 4 teams left standing in Indiana High School 4A basketball last year. there is certainly a chance they could see each other in the championship game this time around. Thanks for joining us all day long from Brownsburg and tonight on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Looked like Chris did a little shirt check for everybody on the way around.
Just because you're playing late doesn't mean you can't follow the rules. Trying to post up McGrew. And again, there's going to be a mismatch whenever Vice has to switch off on somebody. There is just not a lot of additional size on this Mount Vernon team. And we mentioned the fact that, Parr is out, but he's a guard. So Vice drawing the assignment on Gardner. And goes right at him, and Vice is there for the block. And he's averaging 3 of those a game to start the season. So interesting to have him on Gardner and not on McGrew.
It's an interesting matchup. We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Obviously, Fishers will try to find McGrew early and often. And he's capable of making that three-point shot, but I like the idea that he's backing down and then kicking out for a three. But picks up the loose ball. Doesn't go, but that's an advantage Fisher's going to have all night long.
Well, Vice at 6'8" with that length, Greg, I think the thinking is probably, hey, we can bother him on the drive and we can late contest on the three and see if the length maybe bothers him a little bit.
McGrew 10 of 13 from the line this season. And Fishers beat Noblesville 56-40 a night ago. And McGrew misses. Spent 2 years at LN, moved to the state from Colorado. I think there is little doubt he is an Indiana All-Star this year. And misses them both. And Ertl will pull down a lot of rebounds using that football strength from his early days when he played as both a freshman and a sophomore before a foot injury. Pretty much ended his football career in his sophomore year. Gardner draws the assignment on Ertl. And McGrew, as expected, draws on Vice. Vice on the drive, got it. I think McGrew was, it was Breland on the reach that got him on the way by. It is a good bucket and an and one for Mount Vernon.
Well, he's good handle for a 6'8" guy, and Ertl set the ball screen, and the defender didn't want to leave Ertl, which gave Vice a clear line to the basket.
Max 3 of 5 from the stripe in the first 2 games this year for the Marauders. And they jump out to early 3-0 leading. It was 77-46. Fishers winning when these two teams played, and frankly, Fishers did that to a lot of teams last year. That's what made Jeffersonville's victory over them all the more special. Gardner driving, dishes Breland in the corner. And again, Vice ripped away by Breland. Jump ball is the call, though, which will keep it here, and that saves a Mount Vernon turnover.
Just didn't put enough on it. He kind of had him out there. He just threw it a little bit short. Gave the defender a chance to get his mitts on it.
And we could say the Brelands, but frankly, any players not named Zachary, McGrew, or Gardner will get whatever look they want. That's just kind of the way the defense is going to rotate all year long when you play Fishers. Ertl off the handoff for 3, not that time. And Gardner, Weber's battling him, but Gardner had lessons to go get it and then start the fast break. And Breland, he'll make that. Torrey Breland gets the first bucket for Fishers.
Really good pass by Gardner there in transition.
Well, you name the school. They've got the interest in Gardner. Pick and pop for Vice. He'll fire. That does not go. And Cooper Zachary the rebound. Now Vice is rotated back to McGrew. Turns the corner and finishes. Ty McGrew's first field goal.
That's a little wrinkle that I've seen Fishers do in the past, where they throw it in the post and then they actually ball screen for the post guy. And that time Mount Vernon did not handle that action very well. We'll probably see that again here soon.
Isolation for Ertl. Again, few can match his athleticism. Gardner can. Ertl goes to his opposite hand and cannot finish. And the rebound to Tristan Breland. Look ahead pass to Torrey Breland. Got fouled on the way up, and Torrey will shoot 2. And Torrey took a hard tumble. Let's hope he is all right. Foul goes against Weiss as he and Breland got tangled up.
Got to be a little more urgency from Mount Vernon to get back in transition and get that defense set. There's just too many playmakers for Fishers in transition to give them open floor and lanes to the bucket.
Tonight's game is brought to us by the Ed Martin Automotive Group. When it comes to your next car, Ed Martin is the only name you need to know. Find out more at edmartin.com. And Ed Martin is always proud to support the Fishers Tigers. Torrey had not attempted a free throw coming into the weekend. And Fishers beat Ben Davis. We had that game for you on MyNDTV the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Then beat Tech on the Friday of Thanksgiving. Tigers pick up full court man. Just trying to get the ball out of Ertl's hands, if nothing else. Now Weber's got it. 3 in the corner, and McGrew can cover some ground like that, out of bounds to Mount Vernon. That was Ben Schaefer that was camping in the corner and saw his ball go in a different direction. Full extension by Kai McGrew. Tough pass to complete. Jean-Jean Lahome with the steal. Gardner, scoop and score.
Turning that turnover into transition buckets.
That is 8 consecutive points by Fishers, and out to a 5-point lead. Ertl's battles with Braylon Mullins and sectional game last year, pretty legendary at Muncie Fieldhouse. Weiss with an open look for 3. Has to knock that down and does. He's got all 6 Mount Vernon points.
Well, that's something I think we're going to see over and over tonight, is a little 2-man game with Ertl and Weiss.
Yeah, those are your 2 players.
Whether it's a ball screen or drive and pitch, those 2 guys are going to be involved.
Schaefer on the drive. Clean block by Breland. Absolutely. Got all ball. It'll stay here to Mount Vernon. You're going to be singing Ertelweiss by the end of the broadcast, right? Tough pass. Another Fishers takeaway. Zachary flying down the floor. Did he touch it last? No. Touched last by the Marauders. Again, Zachary and Gardner, if not starters, both rotational pieces as freshmen on that state championship team 2 years ago. And obviously key pieces last year. And Fishers graduated 5 college athletes off of last year's runner-up. Gardner, good find. Lahome on the drive, no. He was kind of the end of the rotation last year, was John. Ertl, yep, shuffle the feet. That's 3 Mount Vernon turnovers in the first 4, 26. We'll see Fishers again next Saturday night when they take on Penn. Another one of our MyNDTV games, this time from the Tip-Off Classic down at Southport. Our coverage on MyNDTV begins at 7. Our coverage today in Southport begins at 12:30, and steps called against Jason Gardner.
A little bit of a turnabout is fair play there. Almost the exact same travel call, back to back.
Chad Kerr is into the game now for Mount Vernon. 6'4" senior, 7 points and 2 rebounds a game. Ertl frees himself up. 3 for Ertl does not go, and McGrew the rebound. Good look ahead pass. Good recovery by Mount Vernon. But Gardner can finish in traffic, no problem. His second field goal.
Transition basket for Fishers. Got to keep them out of transition if you're Mount Vernon.
A lot of the same qualities we say about Stink Robinson and Ellen, we say about Gardner at Fishers. Gets downhill as well as anybody in the state. And the physicality in the paint will not bother him on shots that he will take. Levi Walker about to check in for Fishers, and again, steps goal. Here's Walker, and Walker is the leading scorer of the non-Big Three for Fishers. 5 points a game. We did not see him against Ben Davis.
That honor's probably going to rotate around a little bit with a few guys.
The double. Walker, good hands in the passing lane. Drive and dish. Here's Weber, extra pass, rejected by Walker. And then a turnover by Mount Vernon. And to be blunt, Fishers has been this good defensively for 3 years. They've been so great offensively, we all kind of focus on that.
Right.
But defensively, they've always been this good.
Yeah.
And frankly, Bill, that might carry him a little bit more this year.
Well, you can see him swarming to the basketball right there, and you can see that the next guy is always ready to help. And they're very well connected defensively.
Gardner, no. Walker put back, no. Now Ertl in the open floor. Weiss got it. He's got all 8, the dime to Ertl. Mount Vernon hanging around. And McGrew can knock that down. You have to guard that shot at the top of the key of his. And the immediate double on McGrew. Mount Vernon excellent in terms of their closeouts. Zachary looking for a sliver of space. He'll find Gardner, always a good option.
Great cut on the along the baseline right there. Zachary kind of froze him with the drive, had 2 or 3 defenders' eyes on him, and Gardner just snuck in behind.
Ertl, again, using that power, and steps through with a left hand, missed it again. His shooting woes continuing. Gardner spins, left hand, give it to him. The whirling dervish by Gardner, and a technical foul, I think, was just given to Kai McGrew. So personal foul on McGrew on the technical, and free throws coming for Mount Vernon. Aha, I see why.
You can't do that.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that he said. He reached out and made contact with the ball while the inbounder still had it in his hands. So that listed as a personal foul. And Ertl misses the free throw.
Which probably doesn't happen all that often.
Makes that one to get on the board. And even with, by his lofty standards, some offensive struggles to start the year. And he is far and away the top-rated player in terms of recruits in this senior class in the state.
Well, they're asking him to do a lot.
Yep.
Right? Like he's got to handle the ball the entire time. And maybe as the season goes on, they're going to be able to develop one of these other guys so he can play off the ball a little bit more.
Well, when Parra gets back, that will help him significantly. Nice find. Schaefer. Walker swarmed the ball in midair. Ertl able to avoid a turnover. And without McGrew on the floor, it's a different looking lineup. Schaefer for 3. No. But rebound Mount Vernon. Weiss lets a defender fly by, pulls from 15 and scores. And with that, brings Mount Vernon back within 3 to close out the quarter. Fishers leads at 14-11. You're watching the unranked Sneakers for Santa Shootout in Brownsburg on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
Race to the other end, and he punches it down. Lock in, takes it in. Little energy, little. Throughout the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He does. Still going. Throws it up, and Hooks will throw it down.
Back at Brownsburg, Greg Rakestraw, Bill Fenton with you on ISC and MyNDTV. And coming up next week on MyNDTV, we got a 4-game week for you. The annual clash between LN and LC on Wednesday night, Carmel and Noblesville on Friday night. And we'll have Crown Point and Carmel, Fishers and Penn Saturday night from Southport Fieldhouse. McGrew back in the game. And frankly, McGrew, Gardner, and Zachary won't leave the floor that much this year. Walker's runner. They'll give it to him. And an and one opportunity. Owen Doherty commits the foul. Good take by Walker, the junior.
So a little reach in there by Doherty, a little ticky-tack reach in. I'd like to see Mount Vernon get back to that two-man game with Ertl and Weiss. Early, they had Ertl setting the ball screen. I don't know if it was an accident or not, but it worked. I'd like to see that happen a little bit more.
30-second timeout taken by Mount Vernon. Well, we've referenced Chris Shields, our lead official for tonight's game, and Shields assigning services. Responsible for the officials in today's game. Now, Chris is one of Indiana's top officials. And if you want to become an IHSA official, well, frankly, we need you. You can scan the QR code on your screen now to find out how easy and rewarding it can be. Plus, your first-year license is free. See Joe Bradburn on your screen. Third year at Mount Vernon. Was at Greenwood before, making his way to Mount Vernon. Got to coach in a semi-state for the first time in 27 years last year. Went from Yorktown in '98 to Mount Vernon in 2025.
Hasn't aged a bit.
It's Breland now that is checking Ertl. They'll switch Zachary over onto him. Almost a 5-second call. It was Mason Meyer that got rid of the ball just in time. And frankly, you use the word deliberate. Mount Vernon doesn't mind just taking time, trying to get Ertl or Weiss the look they want. Zachary gets called for the contact.
Well, Zachary was into him that time, and Ertl just squared him off, went right through his hands, and that's how you draw a foul on a perimeter defender. But they're switching everything with Ertl, so they've got different guys on him, and they're really trying to play what we would call no catch on him. Just when he gives it up, don't let him get it back. You don't have to help anybody else. Just deal with him.
Weiss looking to go to work. A jump hook around McGrew is going to be tough. Got it away, but couldn't finish. And Gardner gets the rebound. Zachary. A rare miss with that level of open space. Good job by Weiss, though, to snag the loose ball.
Well, that's one of the things we talked about in the open.
And Weiss realized McGrew was on his hip, went right to the bucket.
Yeah, is that Mount Vernon's got to be able to rebound with Fishers. And so far, they've done a pretty good job of it.
Weiss has 12 of the 13 for the Marauders. Again, McGrew can knock that one down. Zachary not deterred by the miss, and you see why.
He got it calibrated the first time.
Ertl in the open court again. That little contact to create space, and now is on the board with his first field goal.
It's a great drive. Get it to about 8 feet. Body on, ball away, protecting it. Knocked in that little half hook.
Zachary not that time. He's fired threes the last 3 times down the floor. Frankly, he has that green light. So too does that guy, even though he missed it. Walker gives it a go. McGrew kept it alive. Gardner. Foul going to be on the floor on the diving effort. I think it's going to be when Gardner was knocked to the floor. That's going to draw the whistle. Mason Meyer will check out. And Collins will check back in. Doherty has a seat. Weber returned there for Mount Vernon. And a timeout taken by Fishers. We'll take it with them. 5:09 to play here in the second quarter. Tigers lead by 5. ISC and MyIndy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Back to live action. Fishers has the ball in a 5-point lead. Jalen Campbell in for the first time. Zachary got fouled and sticks the triple.
Good shot fake off the three-point line. Got the defender to fly by, and once he flew by, he's like, oh no, I flew by. I got to get back in there. And he just hits Zachary late. Result in a possible 4-point play here, and he gets it.
Given how Zachary shoots free throws, you can go ahead and finish that off in the past tense before it happens. 24-15. Drive and dish device. And McGrew gets a breather. That's Campbell on the game. Ertl finds just enough space and can't get it to go. Touched last by Mount Vernon. Just in a bit of a shooting funk right now.
Well, he's had about 3 that looked like they were all the way down and have popped back out. Sometimes it just is like that.
Quick word of advice from Garrett Weiniger to Cooper Zachary. Chance to make this a double-digit lead for the Tigers here. Moving through the quarter. McGrew, again, can make that. Doesn't make that one, though. And Collins the rebound. But if Ertl's not hitting, where does the offense come from? And again, Gardner will be the player that will closest come to Ertl's athleticism all year. So to Ertl's credit, the long range isn't going, go mid-range.
Well, you just have to be a little more methodical offensively, because if you've got the ball, Fishers can't score. So you want to make sure, if you're Mount Vernon, you got to get what you want every single possession.
And it was 31 when they played last year. This Fishers team may not be last year's Fishers team, but they're still one of the best teams in the state. McGrew wants it low block. Zachary will fire the three, and half an hour popped out, and now you're trying to beat McGrew down the floor. Weber, Weiss, stripped by Zachary. Back to Ertl. When in doubt, find your best player, because he can do that. Ertl with 7. All the points from Mount Vernon have come from Weiss and Ertl so far.
Well, that's a good sign for Ertl. Just watching the ball go through the bucket a couple of times could get him going from everywhere, including the three-point line.
Need to find McGrew a post touch here if you're Fishers. Walker on the drive, got fouled. He'll shoot 2. Walker made his earlier shot from the line. Mount Vernon, as you see the replay of the take and the foul here. They'll be in league play at Pendleton Heights on Friday night, and we will see them next Saturday in Southport. That was one of the earlier games, but it's a big game for them because it's Anderson, a sectional foe. They'll play next Saturday afternoon. Walker scores. We will have Mount Vernon in total 6 times on ISC this year. We'll see them in the Hall of Fame Classic on December the 23rd. We'll have their home game versus Hamilton Southeastern in January, and we'll catch them at Pike on February the 10th. John Loam checks out. Breland checks back in if Walker makes the free throw. And the older of the Breland brothers will check in, and he does. And he breaks for Gardner. Zachary and McGrew will be minimal.
Well, it's only a 32-minute game.
And they're also 16 and 17 years old.
They're pretty young.
Straight man pressure. They'll let Weiss bring it up against the 6'8 senior. Nice basket cut. Couldn't finish over Gardner. Jump ball. Deemed that both players touched it going out of bounds. And it'll stay here to be Mount Vernon ball. That both players had simultaneous possession as it went out of bounds. I would agree with that.
There it is.
Steps called, yep. Just took one step too many.
Well, there's that little wrinkle with Ertl setting the ball screen, and I thought Weiss could have maybe kept going on that drive. They had some success with it early.
Now there's a post touch from McGrew. Draws a double, leads to an open 3. Breland from the corner does not go, but Gardner, quickest to the basketball, lays it up and in.
He's just going to get there faster than a lot of normal human beings, I think. And he's showing you already tonight an array of different finishes around the basket in transition and driving it in the half court.
Ertl on the blow by. Drawing as good, looking for contact the entire way, which is what he got, and he'll shoot 2.
Good, strong physical drive right there. When you're a scorer, there's nothing better than getting to the free throw line.
As a guard, no one in the state is going to out-physical him as he connects. Brother plays professionally. Played in Poland last season. Brother made the All-Star team 9 years ago. Spent time at Louisiana Monroe and UAB. Did Michael. Ertl makes them both.
It's a pretty good kid gap at the Ertls there. It's when you can get the undivided attention.
McGrew puts it up and in. And then jump ball in the air will keep it here. Fishers has a chance to make it a double-digit lead, and we'll have to put some time back on the clock because, as you can see, the clock did not stop as it properly should have.
Zachary snuck up on him. Vice kind of led Ertl into that trouble right there.
Breland on the drive. No. Good job by McGrew to keep it alive. Great body control by Gardner, even though he misses. And Vice deemed to have been fouled in the effort. Just the third foul against Fishers. No free throws coming there. It goes against Tristan Breland on the foul. And the full court pickup continues. Ertl creates a little space, then lost the handle. Gets it back. He'll fire. Miss everything, and that will be how the half comes to an end. Ertl 9, Vice 12. That's all the Mount Vernon scoring. A somewhat similar story for Fishers, led by Jason Gardner's 10. Tigers look to make it 4-0. They lead by 9 over Mount Vernon. You're watching the Unranked Hoop Sneakers for Santa Shootout on ISC and MyIndy TV.
There are many ways to judge the quality of a college or university. At Wabash, we are proud of being nationally ranked in so many measures of quality. The engagement of our students with their faculty, the exceptional classroom experience, the unbeatable internship program and alumni network. It's easy to see how we earn our reputation as one of the best colleges in the country. We are proud of our rankings, but come see for yourself. Schedule a visit today at wabash.edu.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights.
Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away.
Back at Brownsburg, Greg Rakestraw, Bill Fenlon with you at halftime on ISC and MyIndy TV. 30-21, Fishers in front. Bill, your thoughts on half number one?
Well, I think that Mount Vernon is hanging around given the fact that they really haven't gotten a great scoring game from Ertl. And I think if he can get it going in the second half, this thing could become pretty interesting. They've been able to kind of control the speed of the game. The game is about the speed that Mount Vernon wants it to be at. And they can keep Fishers out of transition and get Ertl going a little bit. They can make things interesting in the second half.
Again, you can tell Mount Vernon is missing that third scorer in Parra, who will be back at some point in time this season. Again, for Fishers, it's going to be kind of a work in progress. 9 points for the players not named Gardner, Zachary, or McGrew. What strikes me as impressive about Mount Vernon is that, again, they are physically tough on the defensive end.
Well, they are. They are. And both teams are really good defensively. Very well coached, very well connected. And you're going to see that a lot of times early in the season, that the defenses are maybe a little bit ahead of the offenses because, the offense is a little bit more nuanced. So keeping Fishers out of transition, a big key for Mount Vernon in the second half.
We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have both our first half highlights and Bill's favorite, Wabash College trivia. That's when we come back on ISC and My Indy TV.
We build kids up from the ground up. It's not so much about where you're at.
In most programs in Indiana, it's teams and it's games and it's teams and it's games.
They're playing in a bunch of games and not really having any type of system or structure to their routine, to their development, to their growth.
Trying to find more of a balance, more trainings, less games, skill development, basketball IQ.
Accountability. Once you walk through those doors, energy and effort's on you, the individual.
4 to 5 days a week, really trying to build a player that is prepared for going into their middle schools, going into their high schools and beyond.
You have objective criteria you have to meet to move on to the next class. That gives kids a sense of dedication to work to get towards something.
We're not here chasing rankings. We're trying to develop basketball players.
So you should not worry about getting ranked at such a young age.
We're going to push you to limits that you probably didn't know you can get to.
It's about the work ethic and less about the rankings and the notoriety. We want you to get a well-rounded basketball education.
3, 2, 1.
Has the first dunk in the building from Aaron Joya. Waits, Waddell finishes and lays it in.
There is right now the play of the game.
Better finish.
Good.
We might see that on plays of the week. Great feed. The finish. Spin, win, three. Bury it in the lane. No, gun, yes. Stop. Whoa, what a play. Flying in.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim. Six of them.
We will get to highlights here in the first half coming up in a matter of moments. But first, it is Wabash College trivia. Now, Bill already has answered the fact that Wabash had a 6-game winning streak against DePauw that was snapped on Wednesday night. Not surprisingly, DePauw is the most played opponent in the history of Wabash College basketball. Those two teams have now played each other a combined total of 232 times. What Indiana school has Wabash played the second most times, having played them on 134 occasions? Is it Butler, Hanover, Franklin, or Rose-Hulman? I need the sounds of Jeopardy to play in the background as Bill contemplates the meaning of life.
A lot of things going through my mind there. I'm thinking about leagues and who's changed leagues. And I'm gonna say Butler.
They have played Butler 112 times. They have played Franklin 134.
Wow.
The answer to the question is Franklin. Learn more when you log on to wabash.edu. Bill goes 1-1 for the doubleheader. All right, with that, let's get to our first half highlights, shall we? Again, as they fly by, scoring will not take long to go over. For Franklin, for Fishers, Gardner 10, Zachary 7, Walker 5, Torrey Breland 4, Kai McGrew 4. For Mount Vernon, 2 players scored. Vice 12, Erdl 9. Erdl scored the last 8 points for Mount Vernon. All right, in terms of the X's and O's, Bill, what changes could we see from either side in half number 2?
Well, I think you could see Fishers, and they're doing it. They're mixing up their defenses with Erdl. They're switching everything, and they're putting pressure on him, and I think you're going to see them continue to throw different looks at him. And I think from Mount Vernon's standpoint, they've got to keep Fishers out of transition. I like what they're doing. When they get back and get their defense set, you know, that they're giving Fishers a little bit of difficulty. So I don't think you're going to see anything gigantic change on either side. They just need to do what they're doing and do it a little bit better.
Our score at the break is Fishers 30 and Mount Vernon 21. Third quarter action comes your way next on ISC and MyIndy TV.
This is Molly. She loves road trips, hikes, her dog Max, and cars that fit her lifestyle. Like this cool new ride that she got with help from Indiana Members Credit Union at a great low rate. And for when she's on the go, IMCU makes it easy for her to pay from anywhere thanks to their digital banking. Looks like Molly is really getting the max from her credit union.
Our service area is actually East Central Indiana. They come to us because we have this unique ability to access specialty care. Our partnerships with St. Vincent Health and Heart Hospital. We have Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, the Mayo Clinic Care Network. We access their resources via the broadband network that we have through 9-Star Connect. It's really all about connectivity. We don't have connectivity except for 9-Star Connect.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
And gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away and he puts it away. Oh, there we go, baby. Oh my God. Race to the other end and he punches it down. Go. Lock in. Takes it in. Little energy. Little. Not the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He's up. Still going. Throws it up and Hooks will throw it down.
I thank our tremendous ISC Sports Network crew, the hard work they have done all day long. Jordan Shue, Charlie Hammock, Kate Anderson, Wes Wolf, as well as Carlos Alarcon. Greg Rakestraw, Bill Fenlon with you. One more half of basketball left to go. Fishers has led not the entire way, but close. 9-point lead here at the break, and it will be Mount Vernon basketball to start half number 2. Coach Weininger on your screen. What a job he has done. Mike Fox there as assistant coach to his immediate right. Collins being told to get a little closer to midcourt. There you go. Yes, that whistle was for you.
Yeah, all three of them. Well, you know, towards the end of the half, Luke Earl saw the ball go in the basket a couple of times, and we'll see if that can get him going here to make this thing interesting.
The pressure applied to Vice. Doherty is trapped, and a timeout is called immediately. 30-second timeout by Mount Vernon. This 30-second timeout presented by 9-Star Connect. Who knew that 9-Star Connect, a local smart utility, has the fastest internet in the state? In fact, 9-Star can offer speeds up to 10 gig. Try getting that from any other provider. And 9-Star doesn't have data limits or put caps on internet speeds. It's possible because of 9-Star's state-of-the-art fiber optic network that provides you with a dedicated line to your house. Find out what some of the others already know and call 9-Star today. 9-Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet. Who knew? As he has for most of the game, Gardner draws Ertl. Ertl, ball knocked out of his hands. Good conversation between Chris Shields and Jeff Cottrell. It'll stay with Mount Vernon.
I'd help him, but I couldn't see it from here.
Tough call. Weber, Weiss, Ertl, Schaefer, and Collins, the 5 on the floor. Ertl throws out of a double team. No need to be in a big hurry here if you're Mount Vernon. Ball off the hands of Zachary.
Well, you've seen multiple examples. I think the guys from Mount Vernon who aren't named Weiss or Ertl are having a little bit of difficulty with the Fishers' quickness. Just handling it and decision making, those kinds of things. They've been just a little bit hesitant against the pressure.
Schaefer. Approaching a minute. What has been the opening possession of the game? Baseline 3 does not go. McGrew had sole possession. Collins gets in there, but it'll be Fishers basketball. To some degree, this has the feel of a postseason game because it has been so contested in the half court. And trying to get McGrew a paint touch early. And I think there's going to be a foul called against McGrew. Yep.
That's one of those deals that you can't look in there forever. If it's not happening, it's not happening. You might as well send it to the other side of the floor.
Foul on McGrew is his second. Just the third Fishers turnover. And Weiss got the happy feet putting that move down. So both teams stuck in neutral to start half number 2.
Well, he just caught that ball and just kind of came down 1-2. He caught it in the air, 1-2, and then took another step, and you can't do that.
Gardner on the drive, no. And Ertl. Good find. Collins, and again, he will be called for steps. Both teams leaving points at the rim.
Well, that jump stop's a little bit of an art. You've got to be able to get your feet far enough apart that when you do land, you're not going to be off balance.
Breland on the drive. Foul called, and Breland will shoot 2. I think that one's on Ertl.
That is a foul that likely a year from now won't be a foul on him. He's showing his hands. There's a little bit of contact.
Breland 3 of 3 from the line. And the senior had a handful of varsity minutes last year and makes them both. Then again, the JV for Fishers was pretty good last year, too. The lead is now double figures. Walker back in for the Tigers. Weiss doing a great job of bringing the ball on the floor, even though he has that bobble. Schaefer 3 in the corner, no. And it's still Weiss and Ertl that have scored every point so far for the Marauders.
And it's clear that they trust Weiss enough to make him the secondary ball handler at 6'8".
Mount Vernon yet to score this half. Then again, Fishers doesn't have a field goal. They got 2 free throws. That's it. Here's the paint touch for McGrew. Draws 2 defenders, turns opposite way. Pretty. And then Ertl turns it over.
I think that's the thing, Greg, that you can't do as a post defender is let him do anything but drop step you on the baseline where you don't have any help. Force him to the middle where some of your teammates can at least wave at him.
Gardner on the take. Weiss walls him off. Zachary with the hustle, but his back was touching the sideline. And again, I made this point in the first half. I'll bring it up here with Mount Vernon sitting on 21 points. Fisher's defense is carrying the load for them this year. Timeout, Mount Vernon. It's a full timeout. We will take it with them. 4:55 to play, third quarter. Tigers lead is up to 13 on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Marauders in danger of losing touch in this one. Trailing Fishers 34-21. We'll see the Marauders in the Hall of Fame Classic coming up on December 23rd. See them play Anderson. To Mount Vernon's credit, they have upped their schedule, knowing the talent they've had the last couple of years. Fishers, Pike, HSE, Anderson, all part of the schedule. Ertl off the window, no. McGrew the rebound. Not the sharpest of outlet passes, but no damage done.
Well, it's kind of like we talked about in the first game. Can you make them go away if you're Fishers, right?
And Breland steps goal.
And you do that by not turning it over and taking advantage of your opportunities, whether it's at the free throw line or in transition. And that's how you make them go away.
Just the 4th Fishers turnover. Just isolation for Ertl, let him go to work. Great shot that wouldn't fall. And Gardner will guard him as tough as anybody does all year. Again, mismatch from McGrew down low.
Well, not having an extra ball handler, I think, is really hurting Mount Vernon, because Ertl's got to do all of it. He's bringing it up the floor. He's trying to create offense for himself off the dribble rather than letting him get off the ball, run off some screens, and get some people in a closeout.
Fishers continues to pitch the shutout. Weiss gets downhill, and Walker clobbers him. And Weiss will have a chance to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Good take by Weiss, and you can just see how well-schooled the Fishers defense are. When Ertl rubbed off and made that basket cut off of Weiss's screen, he had beaten his guy, but there was help waiting for him right at the basket.
Weiss the miss, his first free throw. Hopkins in to give McGrew a breather. Weiss came in 3 of 5 for the weekend from the free throw line. $13 now for Max. Mount Vernon had scored 63, 60, and 60 in their first 3 games. Gardner blocked, but so quick on that second jump to go get it. His first points of the half, he's got a dozen. Zachary now draws the assignment on Ertl. Weiss will pull from 15 and score. Just a junior.
That's that situation we talked about where Ertl actually is the ball screener, and they're so attached to Ertl that gives Weiss some opportunities off of that thing.
First field goal for Mount Vernon. Comes 5 minutes into the third stanza.
Fishers has been putting the clamps on him.
They allowed 40 to Noblesville last night. Hopkins, the freshman. Walker shot blocked. Weiss the block and the rebound. Ertl will pull from 23. Again, he often hits that shot. It's just not falling for him right now.
And it was half in, as quite a few of them have been for him tonight.
And that's going to be a holding foul. Not enough fouls yet for that to go to the line, and McGrew got his 2 minutes off, and here he comes right back in. That was Schaefer that committed the foul. And frankly, credit Mount Vernon's defensive effort as well. Fisher still maintains a 14-point lead. Gardner, great pass, or excuse me, McGrew, the pass out of the double team, and just Walker couldn't connect on the three.
Inside out for the step-up three.
Ertl on the take. No, but Ertl draws contact, and he'll shoot two. Looking ahead for Fishers again. They're off Friday night. They'll take on Penn on Saturday night. Coach Barrett Kuhlman, his son, one of the top sophomores in the state. We'll see him with the Penn Kingsmen. Annual Mudsock game for Fishers after that against HSE in 2 weeks as Ertl connects here. Fishers will host their annual holiday tournament on January the 2nd and January the 3rd. Ertl makes them both. So still we are 23 minutes into this game. Mount Vernon's had 2 players score.
And there hasn't been much of a threat from the other guys. They've had a lot of trouble with the Fishers' quickness and athleticism.
That was going to go regardless, but that was touched off the backboard. So Zachary gets his first field goal of the half and his first 2-pointer of the game. He's got 9. And again, that was the question. And frankly, these two teams, if Parr is healthy, would be saying similar things about these two teams. And there, that streak is over as Weber gets the bucket, and he is fouled. Give Ertl the assist. Both these teams have 3 players that have significant experience, and everybody else is trying to figure it out around them right now. One of those players is out for Mount Vernon and Parr. That changes the math. Weber connects. 40-29. Ertl commits the foul. And Gardner will get 2 free throws. His first free throws of the night. And for all the things that Gardner has done well, free throws have not been one of them this year. And last year he was a solid three-point shooter, just not frequent. He has been even less so this year. And gets the roll here. Again, not knowing his stats against Noblesville, he was 10 of 20 in the first 2 games from the line for Fishers.
Well, if he keeps getting there 10 times a game, I think he'll figure it out.
There's 1 of 2 there. Ertl just lost it. Yep, just lost the handle. There may be a back tap here that gets called.
Well, he did have his hand on his back. I'm not sure that was impacting him very much, but
Mount Vernon's going to maintain possession. Weiss can go to the backcourt to get it. McGrew touched it. And now Ertl will pull and will score. His first made three.
Well, he cuts it to 9, and they're hanging around.
Which is exactly what it was at halftime. And Fishers can take a final shot here. Weber poked it away, and then Zachary will be deemed to have committed the foul. And that should be free throws the other end. The question is who was fouled. The answer is Jamari Collins.
Not exactly how you want to finish the quarter if you're Fishers. The double team on Weiss in the backcourt allowed Ertl to just dribble up the floor into a rhythm three, and now giving up free throws here to end it.
Collins went 2 of 2 from the line in his first 2 games of the season. And part of that is, again, there's not that leave 'em gear, so to speak, that Fishers has maybe this year.
Well, again, you're still in the laboratory phase of putting the team together. It is, what's today? The 6th of December?
Yep.
You know, it's awfully early, and those things kind of reveal themselves as time goes by.
Collins misses them both. But steal by Ertl. Missed the shot. Fight for the loose ball. Collins has it. Still time for Mount Vernon. McGrew on Ertl. Drives around him, pulls, and misses it. Again, halfway down and spins out. To the fourth quarter we go. Fishers leads it by 9. You're watching the unranked Sneakers for Santa Shootout here on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
1 quarter ago here at Brownsburg High School. Greg Rakestraw, Bill Finland with you on ISC and MyIndy TV. 9-point lead for Fishers, 41-32.
Well, Greg, we thought Fishers looked like they might start to pull away in this one, and Mount Vernon just hanging around and hanging in there to end the quarter and played them even in the third.
Zachary, Walker, Torrey Breland, Jason Gardner, and Kai McGrew, the 5 on the floor. Great double by Weiss. It leaves McGrew open. And again, it was a 2. Yep, good basket, but his foot was on the line. Chris Shields caught it. I thought the same thing, and I would tell you if we show you a replay, it'll line up. See? Right on the line.
But why? I wonder why he stopped play for that.
Just to make sure the score was correct. Doherty for 3. Got it. He made 7 of his first 11 this season. Owen hits the triple.
He is shooting 64%. Might want to get him a shot or 2.
And in the first 2 games of the year, he did not attempt a single 2-point field goal. All of them from beyond the arc. My guess is you know his grandfather, Bill. That would be Stan Doherty.
Is that right?
Uh-huh. That is Travis, former coach at Mount Vernon. Breland had the rebound, couldn't control it. McGrew couldn't finish. Now a chance to make it a 2-score game. Collins at the other end, got it. Now the points are starting to pick up for kind of the role players from Mount Vernon.
Well, that's one way to do it. Run the floor and get a layup.
Zachary, I think, surprised to see he's kind of parted for him. He's got 11. Collins on the take. Breland. Ertl. And a foul. Ertl gets the bucket. He's got 16.
There is no quit in the Marauders, Greg. They're hanging around. Off to a pretty good start here in the fourth.
That is kind of their MO. And you see the war wound that Ertl is carrying on his, that is a heck of a scratch he has on the back of his left shoulder. He connects. And yes, Matt Painter is still here to watch this game. When Luke is heading his way next year. I mean, it's another player or two on the floor as well. Zachary. Ball bobbled. Ertl in a foot race. Ertl will power through. And he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Great decision by Luke there to just keep the pressure on. Just be physical. You got a guy in a back pedal. Force the official to make a call right there.
Ertl missed his first free throw. He has made his last 5 since. Rattles that one home. Missed that one though. Still a 4-point game. This is as close as this has been since halftime. Gardner, yep, not by Weiss, but got fouled by Weber on the drive. I'm going to say Doherty instead. Second foul on Owen. Gardner poked away. Weiss lost the handle. Good hustle by Weiss to go to the ground.
For the last few possessions to start the fourth, there's a lot of driving into congested areas by Fisher, and they've resulted in some turnovers that have fed the Marauders for some points.
Ertl doesn't get the roll. Great rebound, though, by Mount Vernon. That was Weber that got the board. Now it's find a way to get the ball to Ertl. Find a way to get the ball to Weiss. Ertl stepped through in the lane. Got it. 2-point game. Ertl's got 20.
Well, Weiss had Zachary on him in the post down there, and they didn't really see him. Ertl able to convert that into 2.
This game appeared to be trending towards in the books for Fishers. Not so much Mount Vernon. Zachary 3. Ice cold. Third 3 for Zachary. Full timeout. Fishers will step aside. 48-43 Tigers. 4:56 to play. You're watching an ISC in my Indy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Simply put, Bill, how did Mount Vernon get back in this game?
Well, I think they got it. First of all, they're pretty mentally tough. They just kind of hanging around. And they've turned Fishers over here in the fourth quarter and converted those things into some big buckets in transition. And that's kind of it. And Fisher's now getting a little bit antsy.
Tell you what, obviously the big three for Fishers and Ertl were kind of known commodities coming in. Max Weiss has been really good tonight.
Really good. You're right, Greg. I'm really impressed with him. The ball skill, he's got a nice shooting touch, and he's a long, lanky 6'8" player. He's going to make himself a nice player at the next level for somebody.
And just a junior. 4.5 to play. Ertl trying to get back to that left hand and does. Left it short. But hands by Collins, who fires. No. McGrew tied up by Ertl. Fouled by Ertl. Just the second team foul against Mount Vernon. Third against Ertl of the game.
Pretty close.
Full court pickup here by Mount Vernon. I think Schaefer wants to check in if given the opportunity. Schaefer will come in, give Weber a breather. John Lahome will come in. 6-foot senior, 4 points and a rebound and a half a game. Hadn't scored tonight. Gardner. Up and under. Give it to him.
Wow. Quite an athletic play. He came to that jump stop. He was good foul line extended. And now just one step and he's all the way to the rim.
So Gardner to the line where he is 1 of 2 tonight. 15 to lead the Fishers effort. Walker will come back in, replacing Breland.
We're getting to that point in the game, Greg, where Mount Vernon can't afford too many more empty possessions right here.
Yeah, they got it back within 2, and all of a sudden it's back to 8. Ertl right by his man and scores on Gardner. Ertl's got 22. And the jump shots have not been falling. He has found a way.
Found a way to create, get himself to the free throw line. He knows he's got to score for this team. And he's playing very loose on Gardner, kind of daring him to shoot it from 3.
Correct. No need to be in a hurry if you're Fishers. Zachary weaving through traffic. McGrew thought about it, but again, that's the wise move. Just a guard will come find you. Or you can get your back to the basket and go to work. That was knocked away by a defender. No double dribble there. This is where the big game experience of Zachary and Ertl commits his 4th foul. Well, obviously, game over if Ertl picks up number 5.
Well, I wouldn't say that Fishers was stalling, but they certainly weren't probing too aggressively right there. I think they're willing to let the clock run down and put a little more pressure on Mount Vernon to be more aggressive defensively.
With Ertl giving Gardner space, Fishers can take advantage of that. And that will be a foul on Weber on the contact on Walker. And with that, that'll be free throws for Levi Walker. And he is 3 of 3 from the line today.
It's a pretty good call. Put both hands on him, pushed it off. He sold it. Walker sold it a little bit, and that's what you got to do.
Weber's third foul. And the free throw made. And to Fisher's credit, the quote-unquote role guys have made their free throws. Walker and Torrey Breland are combined 8 of 8 from the line. 3-score game with 2:37 to play. Broadcaster Jinx, young man, I am sorry. Not my intention.
Well, you make a good point, because those guys have to have the confidence, because they're the ones that are going to get fouled in these situations.
Correct. Isolation for Ertl. Fires a 3 and connects. At winning time, there is the 3-point field goal. And now a full timeout by Mount Vernon. We'll take it with them. One final break in regulation for us. It's back to a 4-point game with 2:12 to go on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Man, if I beat Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn. Oh, sorry, guys, gotta take this.
All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
2:12 to go in this one. This is what you would hope kind of a final game of a showcase would look like. Last year, runners-up. This year's likely Mr. Basketball on the other side. And it's a 4-point game with 2:12 to go.
Well, it's early in the season, so you got a really talented Fishers team trying to figure out how to close out a game, and you've got a very tough Mount Vernon team trying to figure out how to hang in there.
Again, no need to be in a hurry. And again, Ertl's got 4 fouls, so he's got to be, and this is really smart. Gardner's going to make her, going to make somebody else come get him. And he attacks immediately. Genius. 18 for Gardner. Under 90 to play. Ertl going to try to match him. Creates enough space. Left that one short, and Gardner the rebound. And it'll be Weber that picks up Gardner.
Well,
Jason can't get across the line. There you go. Don't take too much time.
Well, given the fact that Gardner was 50% from the line coming in, you might as well go ahead and get him, right?
Yep. That's Joe Bradburn's going to have that conversation with his bench right now. Zachary's the guy they want to have the ball in his hands.
Because the clock is ticking.
A lot of time coming off the clock. You're going to have to give a foul at some point in time. Great job by Fishers. Masterclass in taking time off the clock. Down to 28 seconds left to go. And Gardner will shoot 2.
Well, if you're going to get Gardner, you could have had him early in the possession, and they just didn't get that communicated, unfortunately. And then they let a 80+% free throw shooter bounce it around for about 20 seconds, and you don't want to foul him.
Gardner misses. 2 of 4 tonight. Doherty back in. Mount Vernon can stop it one time. Stay tuned. We'll keep our post-game brief to get you to the Wish TV News at 10 o'clock. Gardner misses that one too, but Walker the rebound. Walker plays keep away. Zachary's the guy they want to have it. He is fouled by Doherty. And Cooper Zachary, who is 9 of 9 on the season, will shoot 2 free throws. Walker with 6 points and a massive board right there.
Well, I think that's situation basketball right there, Greg. And early in the season, you're going to learn how to handle that a little better because the clock is not your friend, and you've got to figure out a way to not let so much time go off in that situation.
Again, Walker the rebound. Two more free throws coming up. It's Gardner that will go to the line. And Fishers fans will have your game against Penn next Saturday night. ISCSportsNetwork.com, HSATV.org, and MyIndyTV 23. Now, Vernon fans, same thing for your game against Anderson next Saturday afternoon, part of the Tip-Off Classic at Southport Fieldhouse. Gardner makes them both. And now a 9-point game with 20 seconds to play. Weiss, shot short. Ball tipped around. Doherty's shot, no. Zachary with the rebound, and no need for further activity for Mount Vernon. Great battle by the Runners, but Fishers is 4-0, and they have now won 63 of their last 65 games. Final score, Fishers 57, Mount Vernon 48. Post-game coverage next on ISC and MyIndyTV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at ISCSportsNetwork.com.
A long day, a fun day in Brownsburg. It is now complete. Fishers beats Mount Vernon in our finale of the Unranked Hoops Sneakers for Santa Shootout on the ISC Sports Network. Tonight's game presented in part by Banks & Brower. For every hour, there's Banks & Brower. By the Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know. By Galitco and Daly, we go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By 9 Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet. By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College, schedule visits today at wabash.edu. Bill, how did the Tigers get it done tonight?
Well, I thought they were really good defensively. They weren't good enough offensively, though, to kind of put the thing on ice earlier, but their defense is going to be really tough for people to handle the rest of the season. And they're gonna get better. They're gonna go back and do a better job of closing out games when they have an opportunity. But when you can defend as a group like they can, you're gonna win a lot of games.
Just a reminder that even though these two schools are neighboring school districts, one of them goes north, the other one goes south. If these two teams were to play again, it's good news for both teams. It means they're seeing each other in the state championship game at the end of March. And frankly, that is certainly a possibility. 57-48 final score. We'll come back and wrap up our day next on ISC and My Indy TV.
Hi, this is Bill with Banks & Brower. No, you're fine. How can I help you?
This is Adam Brower from Banks & Brower. Nah, not busy at all. You got this, Brad. One more mile. Banks & Brower, this is Brad. No, now's the perfect time to talk.
You never know when trouble will find you.
But when it does, we're here for you anytime.
For every hour, there's Banks & Brower.
Our service area is actually East Central Indiana. They come to us because we have this unique ability to access specialty care. Our partnerships with St. Vincent Health and Heart Hospital. We have Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, the Mayo Clinic Care Network. We access their resources via the broadband network that we have through 9Star Connect. It's really all about connectivity. We don't have connectivity except for 9Star Connect.
9Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds, talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports, every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
I would say 12 hours of basketball is enough for one day. The 7 finals from today. Princeton beat Charlestown 68-54. Plainfield beat New Albany 75-65. Brownsburg over Liberty Christian 68-46. Cathedral and come from behind fashion beat South Bend St. Joe 78-71. It was Lawrence North beating Noblesville 58-51. Pike a winner over Louisville Vale 66-55. And Fishers beat Mount Vernon 57-48. Final question for you, Bill Finland. Was this worth flying in from Tampa to come back for the weekend?
Always, man. Always. You know what they say about Indiana high school basketball, or Indiana basketball in general. It's different here.
Much like Vincent Vega ran the satellite office in Amsterdam, Bill Finland's our guy in Southwest Florida. Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate it, man. Always a pleasure.
For Bill Finland and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Again, for our viewers on My Indy TV, we'll talk with you 4 times next week. Lead it off with the Battle of Lawrence Township, LN and LC, Wednesday night at 7:30. We hope you join us then. Good night from Brownsburg. Thanks for joining us on ISC and My Indy TV. Got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights.